Hello. Welcome to another episode of Life Keeps Growing with Jasmine. I'm your host, Jasmine, obviously. Yeah, so let's get started. So nothing hits quite like the moment you find out that the person that you love and trusted is lying to you. Okay? Do you know what we're talking about today? Do you guys have a guess? Today I'm gonna be talking about one of the most painful experiences I have gone through so far in my life, which is being cheated on. You know, getting cheated on led me to a path that I never expected to be on. Obviously, nobody expects to get cheated on, right? Like it's not like a thought in your brain. I mean, I guess like subconsciously you're just like, oh, what if this does happen? But when everything's going well, you're just like, it could never happen, right? Especially if you've been with somebody for so long. Just to give you a little brief summary of my experience, I basically 2 years ago in 2023, I found out that my boyfriend at the time was cheated on me for 3 months. And at the time we were together for 6.5 years, you could say. And we were not on the best terms. I think we were already on the brink of breaking up, but like, to be honest, I didn't want to let go because I loved him so much. And I was like, it was really hard for me to let go. And I think I was very attached. Now reflecting on it, I think he was checked out, but obviously I didn't pay attention because I was so enveloped, and what's the word? Like, I was just thinking about my feelings. I could say that. Like, I was just thinking about me, and I was going through so much. I was about to graduate. I had just gotten a new job. Like, so many things were happening that I wasn't really thinking about him. I was more thinking about me and how I would feel. Selfishly, but like unselfishly, because sometimes you do have to think about yourself. But following up to the cheating, he did live with me for a little bit, and then I sent him back to his parents' house because I'm not gonna lie, he didn't really have any goals and really didn't have anything going for himself. So I was kind of like, okay, go to your parents' house, go back, go figure your stuff out so that we can, like, you know, eventually come together and, you know, create our future, whatever. During that time of him moving back to his parents' house, that's when the cheating started, and I had no idea. I was literally so ignorant, had no idea anything was happening. But miraculously, one day I was at home, and you know, I was hanging out with my friends, he was hanging out with his friends, and I just had this gut feeling that something just wasn't right. And I drove to his location because we had each other's locations, and I found him cheating with another girl. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of it all, but you know, I knew that what the situation was, and I was really upset that day. Obviously, I barely even spoke to him that day. I spoke more to the girl, the other woman. And you know, I got all the details from her, and you know, I went home after that whole debacle, and I went home and I cried in my mother's arms for what felt like eternity. I probably cried in my mom's arms for like maybe like 2 hours or 3. Like, my mom, I think I got back home like at 2 in the morning or like 3 in the morning, and like I just sobbed. I sobbed all night, and I was just like, why, like, why? And after that night, you know, that whole week, I think I didn't go to work the next day. Told my manager what was going on, and I was just distraught. I was like distraught, heartbroken, disgusted, like just so many emotions, like I can't even put into words. And I've never felt this feeling before in my life. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been sad, I've been depressed, but this feeling was the worst feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. Like, depression, disgust, like, I don't even know what else words to use. I was just so down. And the reason that I'm able to talk about it now is because I think I am I don't want to say I think. I am healed. I know that I can talk about it without crying because I have healed myself, and I've already, like, I want to say in a way forgave what happened, but like it's never gonna like leave my mind, right? Because it was my first time like going through these emotions and going through the situation. Like, you know, you're always gonna remember your firsts. But the reason why I can talk about it now is because I'm healed and I'm okay, and I feel like I've been becoming a better person now, and I love the person that I am now and who I'm becoming. So I truly feel like I've healed the last 2 years, and because of that situation, I'm able to grow and develop into the person that I want to be. So that is the reason why I'm okay with talking about it right now, and I'm being vulnerable with all of you because I am so sure that somebody out there has been cheated on, because the amount of people that I, got advice from and knew about my situation, they were like, oh, I've been there. Like, I know what you're going through, but you will get through it. And I was just like, you got cheated on? Like, you're gorgeous, or, you're so nice, you're so kind. Like, how can somebody do that to you? After the cheating, I did what any, insane person would do, which is not eat at all. I lost so much weight. Like, I used to weigh 215, and I think I started weighing about like 180 or like 190. Right now, like currently healthily, like me right now, I weigh like 185. But during my depression state, like the 3 months after the like breakup / cheated on, I didn't eat. Okay. I only ate like a little cup of gelato every day, which was 50 calories. That's all I would eat. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, because my stomach could not stomach food. So I lost a lot of weight. And I did what any girl who's going through a breakup does, which is dye your hair red. And after that, cut your hair. And then after that, dye your hair black. So that was like 2023 for me. Like, I literally dyed my hair the whole summer, which was the worst idea I could have had, because I sweat, and I would sweat the red out. And when I would wear like any white colored shirt, it would just like go down. And then I cut my hair into like this butterfly cut, and let me tell you, it was not a butterfly cut, okay? Like, the lady who cut my hair did me so dirty, but I had to like live with it, because I was like, okay, like I don't really have a choice. I then dyed my hair black because I was getting tired of the red and the upkeep of the red, because my hair would turn orange and like light red and whatnot. So I ended up dyeing my hair black because I thought that was the easiest thing. So I went through that whole dyeing stage. I also went out to the bars like every week. I had a friend at the time who me and her were going through this, like a similar thing. Like, we had both just gotten out of a relationship, and we were just like, yeah, like let's just go out like every week, like who cares? And we would go. If anybody knows Mr. Furley's in Encino, that's where I was at. And if you saw me, you didn't see me, okay? I'm literally putting myself on blast here, but I would go to Mr. Furley's like every week, and it was a time, okay? I did have fun, in the moment. Looking back, I'm just like, Jazz, like, you are crazy. But, that's what I needed to do in the moment, and I don't regret it. I've learned a lot since then, and I've grown a lot since then. I no longer go to bars every week, okay? We have passed that phase. But I was like, acting out, and like acting single because I had not been single since like high school. So, I didn't know what single meant. I didn't know what single looked like. I was creating my own, single life at that point. After all that, after all those like nights out, and after dyeing my hair and cutting my hair and like trying to make myself be somebody else because I had no idea who I was. Once 2023 ended and I started, 2024 came, I was just like, I need to be better. Like, I think that shift happened at the end of 2023 when I had let go one of my friends. I had dropped one of my friends due to some situation, and I was just like, I don't really like this friendship anymore, so I'm gonna like distance myself. And that's what I did at the end of 2023, so which meant that in the year 2023, I went through 2 different losses. Broke up with my boyfriend because of the cheating, obviously. And then later on that year, I had to let go one of my friendships. So at the end of 2023, I was kind of just like, okay, like 2024 needs to look different. I need to be different, and it needs to like fulfill me. So when 2024 came around, I made a vision board for myself, and I put everything that I wanted to do that year, the goals that I had, things that would motivate me, and I put it on that mood board. I printed it out and I had it in my room every single day. And I also, in February of 2024, I started my 75 soft. I know that there's a 75 hard and there's like a correct way to do it, but I did 75 soft for me. I challenged myself to read a book, go to the gym like 3 to 4 times a week, edit, like make content, whether it's TikTok or YouTube, like make content every week, take my vitamins, make my bed every day, drink a gallon of water every day. I made a list for myself. And yes, like for example, making your bed is something so simple, but it's a habit that makes you feel good. And when I did it for 75 days, all those things that I listed out for myself, when I did it for 75 days, it felt so good. And I still have some of those habits till this day, like making my bed, taking my vitamins, drinking water. Like I love drinking water. I was going to the gym consistently, but now I've kind of slowed down. But that 75 hard soft changed my mind and like my body. Like it changed me mentally and physically because I saw the growth in my body. I saw the gains that I was getting from the gym and from eating better and drinking water. My skin was clearer, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I feel so good. And I looked good. I felt good. I looked good. And I feel like my confidence was like up. In the beginning of 2024 is when I was rediscovering myself. I was doing things for me. I felt better. I looked better. People around me, my friends, were just like, oh my gosh, like you look so good, you're glowing, like you look so much healthier. My own family, they were just like, oh my gosh, like Jasmine has changed so much, I'm so proud of her. And like hearing those things, I was just like, wow, like I'm actually doing well for myself. Things are looking up, things are looking better. But don't get me wrong, I had my days where I was down. I overthought so much like of my relationship, and I would question myself while healing, because healing is different for everybody. While I was healing, going through the process of like going out and dyeing my hair and rediscovering myself, through that whole process, I also questioned my worth. I also questioned if I was enough. I questioned if anybody else would love me like either the same as my ex or love me more. I was like, do I even deserve to be loved anymore? Like, is anybody gonna love me again? Like, is anybody gonna handle me? Because I have a lot of attitude, I have a lot of sass, and I could be mean at sometimes, but I'm also like the nicest person and like the kindest and all those great things. But I'm just like, who would be tough enough to like handle me? And I would just rethink, and I was like, well, I was gonna build a future with this person, like I'm not going to have a house anymore. I'm not going to have kids anymore. P.S. I don't want to have kids ever, but that can change later. But I was just thinking so many things, like all the memories I had made, all the photos that I had with this person, all the videos, all the concerts that I had gone with this person, all the memories, you know, like all the memories I had made. Like I was like, you know, all that time was all for nothing. And I thought about this a lot. I was just like, you know, this person met my family. I met their family. And now I was like, to do that all again with another person, like, I was like, I don't have time to do that. Like, I don't have time to meet somebody else and, like, you know, meet their family. And for what? Like, just for us not to be together, you know? But that was me, like, freshly out of a relationship, right? Like, I'm overthinking everything, and I'm just like, damn, like, that really happened to me. Like, and I remember I'd replay that night over and over and over again, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe, like, I went through that. I can't believe I went through that pain. I can't believe that he did that to me. I can't believe. Like, I just can't. And, you know, I've never felt that pain before, okay? I've never felt that pain before. I know I wasn't the only one. And the one that I talked to the most about this was, like, my friend's family, but, like, my mom. Like, my mom was my rock during that whole time. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. Oh, my God. My mom, like, you know, heard me out and, like, listened to me, and, like, I could cry with her, and, you know, she can understand what I'm going through because she's been through it before, you know? So having my mom there, you know, guide me and, like, help me through all my emotions and everything I felt and validate all my emotions was, like, amazing, you know? That's, like, what every daughter would want. And I'm super grateful for her. I love her. Shout out to my mom. And, like, you know, it's okay to cry about it still, you know? Like, my feelings are validated. I'm crying because my mom helped me through that process. That's why I'm so emotional right now. You know, although I went through all that pain, although I went through all that trauma, although I questioned myself and I lost myself in this person, although all these things happened, I can say that I'm proud of myself and that, you know, I am who I am. Not because of that moment, but, like, I can take away that things happen for a reason. And if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be who I am right now, and I wouldn't be as strong as I was back then. Getting cheated on wasn't like the end of me in that moment, although it did feel like I was dying and, like, crying, and, like, my whole world got flipped upside down. But it wasn't the end of Jasmine. It was just the end of a chapter that no longer suited me. It was the end of something that was not needed in my life. If you've been through this, or if you know somebody that's going through this, through heartbreak, you know, share this with them, leave a comment, DM me, reach out to me, because I don't want anybody feeling alone. Because when I was going through this, I did feel alone, but I knew that I wasn't lonely, you know? Like, I had all the support from my friends and family, and I can say that I'm so grateful for them. Like, all of them have contributed to the person I am today. They have all helped me heal, and I will forever be grateful for that. And I don't think there's any way that I could ever repay them. And the only way to repay them is, like, to be there for them and listen to them and be there for them when they need me, because when I needed them, they were there for me. If you don't have any, and if you feel alone, if you don't have a support system, please reach out to me. I would love to hear your story. Share this with, you know, your people. And, you know, we're all living in this world, and we all have emotions, and we all go through things, and we all go through similar things, or we might not go through similar things. And I'm here to share my experiences here with you guys. So thank you so much for listening. This is Life Keeps Growing with Jasmine. Stay tuned for more episodes and more topics and opinions. And hopefully I'll have a guest on here soon. Yeah. Cheers. Have a great day. And I'll see you soon. This isn't a goodbye. This is a see you later.